Hello friends, welcome to the YouTube channel Civil Steps. So Civil Steps has started one of the important series that is for prelims 2022. So Target Prelims 2022 initiative of Civil Steps will help students to cover the important topics of history, geography, polity, economy, science, environment and current affairs. So this Target Prelims 2022 series has started from 19th of December 2021 and will help you to cover more than 1000 important topics for prelims examinations. Target Prelims 2022 has been designed keeping in mind the dynamic nature of the UPSC civil services examinations. Hence, Target 2022 focus on overall preparation of a serious civil services aspirant, and it will sail you through UPSC civil services examination very smoothly. So today we will start with the economy section. So the first question is, when the Reserve Bank of India reduces the statutory liquidity ratio by 50 basis points, which of the following is likely to happen? So the options are: A. India's GDP growth rate increases drastically. Option B. Foreign institutional investors may bring more capital into our country. Option number C. Scheduled commercial banks may cut their lending rates. Option number D. It may drastically reduce the liquidity to the banking system. So you can pause this video and write your answer in the comment section below. So the answer is C. When the Reserve Bank of India reduces the statutory liquidity ratio by 50 basis points, then the scheduled commercial banks may cut their lending rates. So friends, this statutory liquidity ratio topic comes in monetary policy. So monetary policy is very important from prelims point of view. So you should read all the tools of monetary policy from exam point of view. So next question is, Global Financial Stability Report is prepared by the option A, European Central Bank, option B, International Monetary Fund, option C, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, option D, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. So you can pause this video and write your answer in the comment section below. I hope you have written the answer. So the answer of this question is option number B, International Monetary Fund. So the Global Financial Stability Report by the International Monetary Fund staff, published twice a year in the spring and fall. The report draws out the financial ramifications of economic issues highlighted in the International Monetary Fund's World Economic Outlook. So, friends, the reports and committees are asked almost every year in UPSC prelims exam. In 1 year, they will ask about ease of doing business report. In another year, they will ask about global financial stability report. So you should read about these reports and committees very well from any magazine or standard sources. So there is a high probability that UPSC will ask this question. So now let us discuss question number 3. In the context of any country, which one of the following would be considered as part of its social capital? So the options are A. The proportion of literates in the population. B. The stock of its buildings, other infrastructure and machines. C. The size of the population in the working age group. D. The level of mutual trust and harmony in the society. So you can pause this video and write your answer in the comment section below. So I hope you have written the answer. Let us discuss its answer. So the answer of this question is option number D. The level of mutual trust and harmony in the society. So friends, for option number A, human capital would be the suitable word. That means human capital means the proportion of literates in the population. So for option number B, economic capital or tangible capital would be the suitable word. So economic capital means the stock of its building, other infrastructure and machines. So for option number C, demographic dividend would be a suitable word. So demographic dividend means the size of the population in the working age group. So I hope you have understood the question very well. So now let us discuss question number 4. The question is, with reference to bitcoins, sometimes seen in news, which of the following statements are correct? So the first statement is, bitcoins are tracked by the central banks of the countries. Second statement is, anyone with a bitcoin address can send and receive bitcoins from anyone else with a bitcoin address. Statement number 3, online payments can be sent without either side knowing the identity of the other. Select the correct answer using the code given below. So A option is 1 and 2 only, B 2 and 3 only, C 3 only, D 1, 2 and 3. So you can pause this video and write your answer in the comment section below. So the answer of this question is B 2 and 3 only. So bitcoins are not maintained by the central banks. Bitcoins are created as a reward for payment processing work in which users offer their computing power to verify and record payments in a public ledger. So bitcoins are not tracked by any central bank or authority. So both 2 and 3 are right. So friends, this bitcoin topics is very important and it is almost always in news. So based on the bitcoins, blockchain technology is also very important. So UPSC has also asked question on blockchain technology in 2020 prelims. So you should cover this topic very well about bitcoins, about blockchain technology and its applications. So I hope you have understood the topic very well. So now let us discuss question number 5. So the question is, an increase in the bank rate generally indicates that the option number A, market rate of interest is likely to fall. Option number B, central bank is no longer making loans to commercial banks. Option number C, central bank is following an easy money policy. Option number D, central bank is following a tight money policy. So you can pause this video and write your answer in the comment section below. So I hope you have written the answer. So the option D is the correct answer. Central bank is following a tight money policy. So a tight monetary policy is a course of action undertaken by central bank to constrict spending in an economy or to curb inflation when it is rising too fast. The increased bank rate increases the cost of borrowing and effectively reduces its attractiveness. So, friends, this is the topic which comes under monetary policy. So, I have already explained you that monetary policy is very, very important, whether it is bank rate or statutory liquidity ratio. It has been asked by UPSC in its prelims exam, so you should cover these topics very well. So that's it for this video. Thank you for tuning in.